What is up, everybody? Mark on the mic here. Across from me, I have Mr. Luke Roberts and Mr. Ryan Muckenhern. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Gonna tee the topic up today. Ryan, I know. Okay, I stole that from Ryan. There. I couldn't. That was yours.
Take your best swing, Mark.
Yeah. Hey, I'm driving. Topic of today's discussion, a new category for us, golf rangefinders, and the differences between golf rangefinders and hunting rangefinders. I've got the old Razor HD 4000 in my hand right now, Ryan. This is, my go-to, and what I'm more familiar with, a lot more. I'm not super familiar with these golf rangefinders and all their really cool features that help the golfer on the course.
Luke guaranteed me it'd make us better.
Does this mean we have to start golfing?
Yeah.
I mean, you should probably pick it up now.
Yeah.
We're obligated.
Yeah. You have to know the product.
We needed a new hobby. We got the time. We'll make time. Luke, welcome. Golf rangefinders, we've got 3 of them here on this handy-dandy display. Kind of, I guess, 3 tiers, if you will. Left to right, we have the blade slope, and the anarch. So let's talk through some of the features of each of these, how they differ from one another. I can take the razor off. We're not hunting anymore today.
Yeah.
We're golfing. And then go through, like I said, some of the differences or what makes it a golf rangefinder.
Okay. Yeah. So, they all have, as far as like function goes with rangefinders, it's gonna be pretty standard compared to hunting rangefinders. But we do have some golf-specific features in here. One of which that all 3 have is called our pin spotter mode. So that's going to essentially be able to tell you if you're hitting the flag stick or you're hitting trees behind it. So that's not something you would actually have in a hunting rangefinder, something specific for golf. So all 3 of those have that. With that, as you do detect the pin, you'll have a vibration and a flag icon will pop up confirming that you see the flag. And you can turn that off. This is kind of where things can kind of mold into hunting rangefinders. If you don't want to have the vibration because you're using this to hunt, turn pin spotter mode off, the vibration is off.
So that's a big consideration.
Yeah.
You could use these to hunt.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, good distance too, because all 3 of these will have 1,400 yards max reflective. And I mean, trees, we were getting over 900,000 yards. I mean, So it's plenty for hunting. The golf specific range finding distance that matters here is how far that pin spotter mode will actually work.
Sure.
So both blade models can detect a pin up to 350 yards. So you will get that pin spotter mode. Anarch will go up to 450. So, I mean, as long as you can see the pin within 450 yards, you'll be able to get that with the Anarch.
Can people, this is total ignorance because I don't know how golf works. Mm-hmm. How far can somebody hit a golf ball?
So, I mean, it depends. There are guys out there in the long drive contests that probably can hit over 400 yards.
Really?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Golly.
I mean, there's a couple pros out there. Well, they're now modifying the golf balls to where they don't go as far. That's a new rule that's being implemented in the PGA. Because a lot of guys are averaging like 330, so quite a distance.
Boy, that's a rip.
Yeah.
It's a long ways.
A lot of physics there.
Mine don't do that.
Nope.
No?
Mine also have a tendency to go sharp left or sharp right.
That's okay sometimes.
I think that's a club problem.
Or, I mean, yeah. Well, if the
It's
hole's...
always the equipment.
Yeah. If the hole's going that way, though, that's fine.
Yeah. Good point.
Just got to play the right hole.
Yeah. The neighboring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. Skip around.
So that's like an audible and vibration that you can also feel in the unit itself, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then another feature that is different from hunting rangefinders.
Another question.
Yes.
When you turn pin spotter mode off, does the flag icon not come up anymore, or it does still come up?
Does not come up anymore.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. Yep. So I guess kind of going back to pin spotter mode too, real quick. This does have a scan feature, so as you scan across the landscape, that's also very consistent with hunting rangefinders. When you are scanning with this, pin spotter mode will be disengaged. The reason being for that is that if you are trying to scan across a green, trying to find a flag in trees, and pin spotter mode is on, it's not going to scan anymore. Once it hits that flag, it's going to stop scanning. So we decided to disable hidden spotter mode while scanning so that you can continue your scan and be able to kind of pick up which points you're looking at. So
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Cool.
But yeah, I guess another feature here is that you won't find in hunting rangefinders is these all have an embedded magnet on the left side of the rangefinder. So a lot of people like to attach their rangefinders to the post on the golf cart so that they, that's where it's at, or they can put it in a cup holder too. But it's really convenient feature to have it right there in the cart for you to grab.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. In fact,
And I believe that's how they're stuck to this.
Yeah.
Right there.
so there's no
Wow.
bingo. Yeah, this is a cool display. I think this is like an indoor display. I don't know if it's a final, but it's at least one that they've been working on, and it works pretty good. It's a substantial magnet.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, so
It would have to be, I guess, but
there is a washboard section on a local golf course around here that we have tested these on.
at a high rate of speed.
At a high rate
Hey,
of
we're
speed.
just testing out here.
I'm not going to mention the golf course or anything, but it is a definite washboard.
Is it like an intentional washboard?
It is not.
So this isn't like a supercross track where they've got like the whoops in there.
No.
Yeah.
This is us spending many hours driving around the golf course playing, testing these out, and then until we find that sweet spot of chaos.
Yeah.
And we found it.
Yep.
So we continuously tested there.
I think the B-roll footage of that would just be outstanding.
Would be. Absolutely.
Product testing.
Yeah.
Just golf cart clubs flying.
That's the warranty
Yeah.
right there too.
Yeah. That's another important thing to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
VIP warranty. I mean, that's another commonality between this and hunting rangefinders is, if this breaks, the warranty is going to cover the electronics as well as anything on the outside.
Yep.
So 100% covered, lifetime, transferable. Don't worry about it.
Love it. Carries that VIP warranty. What about the display?
Yeah, so the displays here, both blades have a black LCD screen. So that's just going to be, just black, no illumination. The Anarch has a special display that can illuminate red. There's multiple illumination settings. You can have it off, and if it's off, it'll look just black, just kind of like what the blades do.
Okay. Yep.
And then you can have 3 brightness settings, and then auto adjustment. So that's the one I like to leave it in as auto. Especially if you're playing a long round going into the sunset, you might want it to be a little bit dimmer. If you're in the sun, the shade, whatever. So that can be red. And that can really kind of help stand out, especially if you are playing in some more shaded areas. You can see that red display in there. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, the blade and the blade slope, similar.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with the slope?
Slope mode. So that's another very specific golf feature. So it's similar. You'll see in a lot of our other rangefinders, we have like angle compensated HCD modes. This is similar, but it's being calculated differently, and it's for golf specific. So it's going to essentially look at how high or how low that flag is from your position. So if you're aiming downhill, aiming uphill, and what it's going to do, it's going to use some different math compared to our HCD mode, and it's going to basically tell you how far of a shot you need to hit it up that hill or hit it down that hill.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, there's a lot of assumptions being made. It's super helpful, though. It's especially, there's some courses around here where, you're heading down 20 degrees, 30 degrees, and you don't know what to hit. So
Sure.
that slope definitely helps you kind of understand, okay, I need a club down, a club up, whatever. So that's super helpful. That's in both the blade slope and the Anarch. And that's where you see these lights on the front here. These will illuminate green when slope mode is on. And the reason being for that is there are tournaments, mostly at the more amateur or pro level, where they're not allowed to have slope compensation on the rangefinder. So by having the green LEDs on when slope mode is on, you'll know that slope is on. So if it's off, that people can know that that person is tournament legal. So that was the reason behind that.
I would imagine, though, like a person in there, if they were, engaged in tournaments like that, using the slope feature when you're not would give you a leg up as far as it's like practicing. You're like, oh, when it looks like this,
Sure.
I get this kind of reading. I know I need to do this. So then you get in that scenario where you're like, oh, yeah, it's similar to where I was over there. I remember what I had to do, how long of a shot that actually would be to get it where I want the ball to go. And I don't know, it just seems like a cool way to practice.
Yeah, and that's what Ryan was referencing when he said that I told him this would make him play better.
Yeah.
It's a slope mode.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, now will be great.
Gosh, I can't wait, Mark.
Oh, this is exactly what I've been
There's
waiting
still a little
for.
snow out there, and turkeys first, but then we're hitting the links.
And bears. bears and turkeys, then bears. Yeah.
And then we're hitting the links.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then golf.
Deal. Hey, I'll drive.
I'll show you where the washboard is.
Groovy.
Magnification. What magnification do these bad boys have?
Yeah, all at 6x. That's also pretty standard there too. So it's definitely, I mean, it can range 1,400 yards. Like, you're not going to hit the ball that far. Magnification is going to help you see those long 500-yard holes too. So,
Any field of view differences like that you might see between a golf rangefinder, or reason for that at all? Or
that's all pretty standard. The biggest thing here is just you want to be able to have a good resolution in there, especially the Anarch. I mean, all three of these are going to have really good optics. The image stabilization, which we can talk to in the Anarch here, is what really makes a big difference. But the color in these in the optics here is really helps kind of, especially when the whole course is green, different shades. It really kind of helps things pop out. And that's, I think, same thing with hunting. If you're trying to pick out something brown in a brown landscape, this you're trying to pick out a very tiny white or yellow object in this field of green. So optics are important, and I'd say it's definitely similar to what our hunting optics provide. Talking
to like you and the product development team, it sounds like to me like that's a standout. Like, I guess, which it actually stands to reason. We're an optics company. We specialize in optics. We've been making hunting rangefinders for a number of years, and that would translate over here quite well. But I don't know. I mean, the optics. These are an optic. It is important to have quality optics, and like you said, that clarity, color contrast. Not only is it more functional, but I mean, it's just a more pleasant experience using the rangefinder itself.
It is, and it's interesting. For a long time, I was using just like a cheap rangefinder for hunting and for golf, and it wasn't until I tried some like higher end ones that I really noticed the difference. And it really makes a big difference using a Vortex product that is going to have high quality optics. It makes a huge difference out there in the course. I mean, before we really started development on these, I was using the Razor 4000, and that was fantastic on the golf course. And now these with great optics as well, plus golf features, it's just a game changer.
Yeah, it's funny. I go back to, I still have my first rangefinder that I ever bought that I spent a pretty penny on. I guess it wasn't off the charts at the time. It was enough money for my budget. But every now and again, I dig it up and I look through it, I'm just like, ugh.
Gross.
Yeah, gross. Yucky. Okay, magnification, field of view. Any differences with the lasers, beam divergence, anything like that?
That's all pretty standard. That's compared to hunting rangefinders, not a whole lot different there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Man, anything? I mean, it sounds like they're just a high quality, optically incredibly sound rangefinder with some golf specific features that are gonna help people on the course.
Yeah, and touching back on the image stabilization we have in the Anarch, that's not something that's very.
That's right. We didn't get into that.
Yeah, and that's not very common out there in the marketplace anywhere. It's especially with golf when you're trying to hit that very thin flag. It is such a big difference in how you're able to range. It's just there's a gimbal system in there that when the rangefinder's powered on, it's going to stabilize that image. And when you're shaking, when it's windy out, but the flag is moving, whatever, you're able to get a really steady image with that reticle right over that flag. It makes a huge difference for sure.
Very cool. I know I was futzing around with them the other day, and I was like, how big a deal is the image stabilization? And the blade and the blade slope are fantastic units, so I don't want to take anything away from them, but I was like, oh yeah, you could tell.
Oh yeah. There's that long flag at that local golf course, and that was the first time I'd ever seen that. Lock that thing in, the second it powers on, that image just kind of snaps to attention.
Yeah.
And it's like you couldn't not hit it.
It's incredible.
Yes.
Very cool. This is exciting. And, my goodness, Ryan, if this can turn us into golfers.
Gosh.
What can't they do?
I have a lifetime membership for a golf course.
Where?
In my hometown.
Oh, because you did some work out there.
I did some work out there, yeah. Did some work out there.
Some,
call it predator control, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah. That golf course is no longer a golf course. It's now a housing community. There is a batting cage, though.
So what does it matter that you have the lifetime membership?
Look, that's the association I have with golf up until this point. And now I got to get back into the swing of things. Oh, yeah.
So what does the lifetime membership mean at a place that's a residential neighborhood now?
Now, probably nothing.
Okay.
Yes. I drive by it sometimes when I go back home and think fondly on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Did anything else?
I said another golf pun and you missed it, but that's fine.
No, you've just been so full of them. I can't keep up.
Yeah, it's okay, Mark.
Very cool. I think that, does that cover it? Did we miss anything on there?
I think that covers pretty much everything, yeah. I guess, this is very small, but, one cool thing we talked about display earlier is that with, obviously there's that golf flag in there when you have the pin spotter mode on. Also, when you have uphill or downhill shots, there's a really cool little logo in there that shows if you're hitting it uphill or downhill. And I think that just really helps people understand, which distance in their display they need to look at for their club. So just another cool little golf feature that's kind of get overlooked, but something that's unique to golf.
These things really are feature heavy.
I think so.
Like they're, it's not just not trying to downplay standard rangefinders, but why this is an advantageous product for this very specific application. It's like it's giving you very useful information the whole way.
Right.
Yeah.
So many people, like we're talking about, so many people will golf with hunting rangefinders. Sure. Until you use one of these, you don't really realize what you're missing.
Sure.
There's so many features here that can help you out, make you a better golfer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Awesome. Well, Luke, thank you so much. Super excited about these. Like, it's a new category for us, and it's a new category, but it's an old category at the same time. We have lots of experience in this category, and I think that's what's really exciting, that we're able to bring that experience to this market with the specific features that we talked about, and make a heck of a golf rangefinder. 3 of them.
Yeah.
So
there we go.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Thank you guys again. If you have any more questions, or if you have any questions about the golf rangefinders, let us know in the comments below. We'll see you on the course.
There you go.
Happy golfing, everybody.
Solid pun.
Bye.
See ya.